All right, good evening. I hope everybody had a great day today. I am Dr. Heather Moore, owner of Total Performance Physical Therapy. We are going to be discussing shoulder blade pain. This seems to be very popular since, unfortunately, COVID hit. But this has nothing to do with COVID, really. It has more to do with posture, and a lot of people are really getting what they're describing as stabbing pains, throbbing, just in this shoulder blade area. So we're talking about back here. If you push on it, you're going to feel like a bone. Generally, that's what we refer to as the shoulder blade back in here. So let's talk about it. Well, the shoulder blade, actually, the one that you can feel is truly a bone, but surrounding that is a bunch of muscles above and below it, mainly the rotator cuff. So a lot of you might be familiar with the term rotator cuff. That's a bunch of muscles that make up the rotator cuff, but a lot of them surround this shoulder blade area, the shoulder area. And what happens is, unfortunately, poor posture, this, lends itself to an overstretching of the muscles and a weakening of the muscles. So when you're sitting like this all day on your laptop, you're in this type of posture, you're forward, you're rolled forward, that tends to stretch out the muscles. Now, you don't really feel anything when you're sitting like that most of the time. You're just able to kind of sit there. A lot of times we are on our phone like this. All of that is taxing the muscles, and while it doesn't seem like it's making them work hard, it is in fact causing them some discomfort. And over time, the longer you sit like this, the longer you use your phone like this, the longer you're pulled like this, you wind up having some muscles, and a lot of times you're going to develop knots in those muscles. And it's because of this constant posture. Most of the time, this pain can be extremely intense. It can feel like someone's stabbing you, burning, throbbing, because of the fact that those muscles just stay so stretched all day. And eventually they give out. So while the pain is intense, there's no real injury behind it. There's nothing that you did, like a fall, no traumatic injury. This became like this over time. So how do we fix it? How do we resolve that? What are some stretches we can do? Well, the first thing is you have to correct your posture. And I know if you watch any of our other videos on our YouTube channel, Total Performance Physical Therapy, you are going to see lots of posture videos because I'm big on posture. We talk about posture a lot because it is very important. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all you have to do is this stretch and this stretch, and then you're going to be fine, because that's a lie. You are not going to recover from this unless you fix your posture. So what you want to do first is you want to roll your shoulders up, back, and you want to drop them down. Now, what you don't want to do is roll them up, back, and plaster them back. You want to avoid this overcorrection where you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. That's going to really intensify that stabbing pain, and it's an overcorrection in the wrong direction. So you want to just roll your shoulders up, back, and drop them down. This is going to put your shoulder and your shoulder blade and the muscles surrounding the shoulder blade in a good position. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you have everything set up to make this posture work. So your computer's here, your phone is here. You don't want anything that's going to pull you into this position, irritate your back like this. All right, so really important to have that proper setup, proper posture. Let's talk about some stretches. So one of the things that you can do is you can clasp your hands together. I'm going to turn aside. You're going to push your head forward and you're going to drop your neck. You're going to feel a stretch going down the back of your neck into your shoulder area. You want to hold that 30 seconds and you want to do about 6 of those. All right? The next thing I recommend is not really a stretch, but it's more of a maneuver that I want you to do. You can either take a golf ball or a tennis ball, and you're going to lean up against the wall right where that pain is, and you're going to push against that ball and kind of work that knot out. Now, if you have a foam roller at home, you can hop on that foam roller and do the same thing. But working that knot out, working that area around the shoulder blade with a ball is going to allow those knots to relax. It's going to allow all those tension points to release, and that's really important. But again, you know, the stretches are fine, the maneuver is fine, but you really have to correct that posture. The final stretch I'm going to show you is kind of in the opposite direction, but because you're like this and you're hunched forward, you want to stretch out the front of your chest. So you're going to just take your hands behind you and straighten your elbows out, opening up the front of that chest. You can feel a stretch in through the front of your shoulders and through the front of your chest. But you're just going to open that chest up nice and easy. You're going to do a 30-second hold, and you're going to do 6 of those. Both of those stretches are going to allow you to be able to sit in that proper posture. But really important to address that stabbing pain and fix it. Otherwise, it can lead to numbness and tingling going down your fingers if you don't already have that. And that can lead to weakness, inability to hold things, inability to write. So it's not something that you want to ignore, even if it comes intermittently right now. Maybe you feel it one day, maybe you don't feel it the next day. It's going to come back with a vengeance. So don't ignore it. You need to address it. If you or someone you know is having pain in the shoulder or shoulder blade, and you want a free consultation with a doctor of physical therapy, all you have to do is go to our website. All you have to do is call our office at 215-997-9898, and we'd be happy to get you in. Or you can go to our website, www.totalperformancept.com. That's Total Performance Physical Therapy, so pt.com. Thanks and have a good night.